Hello everyone, it's Lauren here. Welcome to a Q&A. This is to celebrate reaching 4,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. And also this happens to fall around the 1-year anniversary, which I didn't even realize. Thank you so much for giving me some questions. I'm going to start with an easy one. Misael Quinto. Hi Lauren, hello. What instrument would you like to play? My answer would be bass. The chance of me actually learning how to play the bass is pretty slim, but that is something that I would like to learn. And then once I mastered that, then I'd like to play drums. I think drums would be a lot of fun. Short answer, bass. Okay, next one from Mark. Why did you choose a subject like anti-Valentine playlist? And what subject will be next? Because I haven't seen something like it ever on any other reaction channels and I like it. I'm glad you liked the anti-Valentine's Day playlist thing. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, just in that it was a lot more videos than I usually make in a month. But I'm glad you liked it. I liked it too. I like to get some new bands in here. But why? The whole anti-Valentine's Day thing is nothing new to me. The earliest known anti-Valentine's Day playlist to me was 2005. Because I made a mixtape CD and it said 2005 on it. So I know it's from at least 2005. Every year I'm always trying to find new ones, but then this year it's like, oh, I can just ask you guys. Resurrection Dreams, Halloween would be interesting. I don't know what songs I would do for that or like what kind of thing I would do for that, but I love Halloween, so I would be into that. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for your question. All right, next question from Rogue Sunfire 89. Any interest in reactions to other genres of music aside from rock and metal? Yes. Really, the only music that it would just be like a hard pass: opera, rap, country, most pop music, hip hop, electronic, club. Is that a genre like club music, EDM, R&B? I thought about doing maybe some old, like classic rock stuff. I know a lot of classic rock, but there's also a lot that I don't know. But that's still rock. Like alternative, that's still rock, isn't it? Alternative rock. Emo. I would do some emo for sure. Rock is just my go-to as far as what I would listen to anyway. But I would definitely be open to exploring some other genres aside from the ones that I mentioned. Start giving me some songs, I'll just add them to the ever-growing list. Let's do a Slipknot question. There are a few of them in here. From Slipknot Maggot, what's your favorite mask for each of the original 9 members? All right, I have to do some research here. Some of them I know already. For Corey, my favorite mask would be Gray Chapter. I just like how it's 2 in 1. Pinhead would also be Gray Chapter, just like how freaking long they are. Sid is also Gray Chapter. I like the eyes. I think for Joey, I'd have to go with self-titled. Paul, I really like Paul's All Hope Is Gone mask. Whenever Pinocchio had the green mask in the Devil and I video, so probably Gray Chapter for him too. Gray Chapter was just a good time. It was a good look for them. I might have to go with current one for Phantom. Clown Guy would be self-titled. Undertaker, just from this picture, I think I would go with Volume 3. Thank you for the question. That was a fun one. All right, next question. And this name I know I pronounced it Soldier Rag last time, so I'm going to go with that this time. Soldier Rag 5. Have any of your students found your channel? Not that I know of. If they have, I don't know that they have. So if you happen to be watching this right now and you're a former student of mine or current student of mine, make yourselves known. Hey, what's up? Okay, next one. Harvey Lowe. HellSpartan Z kind of answered the question for me. Maybe lay off the all caps. If you're going to yell at me, I'm going to just go on by. To HellSpartan Z's point, there are people who have requested songs a year ago now that I still have not done. The problem that I'm facing is like wanting to do the bands that I'm currently doing, but also adding new bands. There's just not enough hours in a day. So I'm doing the best I can here. This is not my job by any means. The short answer to that would be maybe one day. 16 DBUs. 16 debuts. 16 debuts. Congratulations. Thank you. And my apologies for how I said your name. This is from Null, like null and void. Do you have any big plans or events for the channel in the future? I wanted to do more live streaming, and here it is March, and I haven't done any live streams this year. But big plans? Not really. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on with what I'm doing here. The only thing that I think I might want to do some more of would be the reactions, even though it's incredibly cringy for me. I think it's kind of fun to look back at where I started with a particular band. All right, next question. Death to sock puppets. So you love to react to new music. Do you purposefully just listen to what you know on your off time? Like, what if a friend or family member is wanting to listen to some music? Do you have to avoid it or just let them do their thing? I don't know where people are discovering new music, but I'm definitely not. I used to have this radio station that I've mentioned in different videos, and that's how I would learn about new bands and new songs, but that radio station was turned into something else, and so when that happened, like 5 or so years ago, since then I have had like no idea what's new on the scene. I am very much stuck in my ways. Breaking Benjamin is the only music in my car. Like, I've had the Ember album in my car probably, I don't know, 2 years, probably at least 2 years. And it just loops again and again. There aren't opportunities where there's a new song or something and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't listen to that. I might make a video for it. Like, that doesn't happen. So this is a non-issue. All right, next question. We'll do another Slipknot question. From Dwayne, Mega Dwayne Manis. Are you gonna go to the Knot Fest coming up? No. If I had the means, I would definitely go to more concerts than I do. I'm probably at the point where I would see Slipknot live. I've been unsure about it for a while, but I think I'm like at the point where I could probably do that. I probably could handle that. I don't know if you know Ginger yet, but they're on my bucket list and opening for Slipknot, so of course I'm going. I do know who Ginger is because of Pisces, because that video was everywhere. In this moment, is that Maria Brink? So let me get to this Tool one from Soldier Rag again. Do you want to go to a Tool concert? I thought you were just asking me, you know, like if you ever got the chance to see Tool, would you go see Tool? And then you say, if they still haven't played in your city on this tour, I may be able to get you a pair of tickets. The fact that you even offered this is just, I'm just so grateful to you for even offering that. That is amazing. I'm going to throw up the response to this also. You guys can just read this. I don't know which live stream it was, but I remember someone in the chat was asking me the same question if I would go to a Tool concert. I remember saying no, and they just abruptly left. It just really set the person off. It's not because I don't like Tool. It's not because it would be too overwhelming to see them. If I'm going to see a band, it's got to be a band that I just really love, because I go to so few shows. I mean, some of you guys, you're going to concerts like all the time. You might know 2 or 3 songs from a band and you're going to see them. For me, it's like, if I'm going to see a band, like, I want to own all their albums. I want to know all the songs. I want to have I just want to be a big fan of the band. I've always been that way. I don't know if that's weird. So yeah, it's nothing against Tool. It's just that I don't feel I'm there yet as far as knowing enough of their stuff. But again, thank you for that offer. That's just amazing that you would even offer that. So, all right, from Little Forest, what is the earliest and early experience you had with music? I started taking piano lessons when I was in elementary school. I was really into the Beatles when I was in elementary school. He had this stereo system with like the big speakers and like the record player and all the just try to make a sentence, I dare you. Equalizer, and I don't know, he had like a tape deck and a CD player. It was like this whole thing, and I just remember like thinking that was the coolest thing, and he'd play records, and so I grew up listening to the Moody Blues a lot. Like, that's his favorite band to this day. I just grew up with like the classic rock sound. I've just always been a huge fan of music and found it to be an escape from things. Number 2, what would you think about a YouTube channel called Paintings, Dogs, and Tea? I don't like tea, like any kind of tea, not a tea fan. Paintings, paintings, or do you mean looking at paintings like in a museum? Either way, I'm clearly a cat person. Dogs are okay. Number 3, I am still very curious about the content of your first videos about writing. When I was like in the thick of writing a novel and some random short stories and querying the novel and agent stalking and pitch parties on Twitter, and it was just like a whole thing. I was documenting all of that stuff kind of like this. And so I have hours and hours, like 3 years worth of every single day, at least an hour a day of just sort of doing this. I was taking clips of things and sort of making some compilation videos of like the querying process and pitching to agents and things, and just sort of random writer thoughts, because that was going to be this channel. I was going to do that kind of thing. Also, can you elaborate about not the reason why you switched the focus, but what the connection is for you? What the connection is for you? I'm not sure I'm understanding. Well, I switched the focus because I don't write anymore, so I just sort of let it go. If you can elaborate on your question in the comments, I will answer you below. All right, next question from Melvin. Melvin, I think you asked me the same question in a live stream. What's one thing you've learned about yourself since starting your channel? People find me either interesting enough, entertaining enough, funny enough to watch consistently, continuously. I thought, I'll make a few videos, a handful of people will watch them, and then I'll move on to something else. Like a year later, I really didn't think that people would still be watching and people would be this cool. I've just gotten a lot of really nice comments from people. I've gotten a lot of nasty comments too, but for the most part, I've been pretty lucky. Having a channel that people would want to stick with, I guess, is something I learned about myself. I guess the fact that I have the ability to create an audience, I guess. Because as someone who doesn't really feel like I would be able to do that, the fact that I did that is sort of impressive to me in a totally humble kind of way. Number 2, besides Slipknot, what other band do you wish you had discovered earlier on in your life? I think you asked me this question too. The music that I was listening to when I was listening to it is exactly what I needed at that time. I mean, when Slipknot came out, I would have hated that music. I was so far on the opposite side of that. Discovering them now, I think, is perfect. Do I wish I would have discovered them a few years ago? Yes, just because I was in this like horrible place personally, and that kind of music would have just been the perfect soundtrack for my life at that time. So other than that, I can't really think of another band that I wish I would have had at a different time. Soda break. This video is brought to you by Sunkist Zero Sugar. I think I showed you this koozie before. Purchased in Iowa. All right, next one from Kevin. From a writer's viewpoint, I'm not a writer, but who do you think is the strongest lyricist among the bands you've reacted to? I think everyone has their moments. I can't really pick, like, this is the best lyricist of all the people I've done. Each song sort of has its moment. So I think what would be easier would be, like, to pick out some specific lyrics and use those as examples of, like, lyrics that I really like. All right, next question from Not Slip. I see what you did there. Love your picture, by the way. Will you do a full album reaction for the new Slipknot album? My idea was to just put it in the rotation of the album rotations. I do know that I'm not going to do a sit-down whole album in one go kind of video. But as far as how or when, I really don't know. That's the best I can do for that question. But thank you for the question. Linda, what an accomplishment. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, next question. Nathan. How long usually does it take to make a video, recording and editing? I'm curious because I've never made videos myself, but I've heard it's a lot of work. I don't know how detailed you want this answer. I mean, I could give you like a total every, point, but this is how long this takes and this. I'm going to say each video would take me initial filming it to uploading it done. I'm going to say at least 5 hours. That's probably on the low end, actually. And it depends on the length of the song. It depends on how much I have to say about it. But just on average, I'd say probably 5 to 6 hours. Tool videos take the longest. I don't know why, they just do. The latest Tool video that I made for Eulogy, my video of just me, like just this footage, was 39 minutes. To listen to a, 8-minute song? What takes the longest is the editing process and me trying to trim the heck out of this. Like, how am I going to get this 40-minute video down to a digestible size? Most of the time I enjoy it. It gets a little tedious sometimes, especially if I'm not a huge fan of the song. Then working on this video for hours and hours is extremely tedious, and then to have only a handful of people watch it is like, it's probably a lot longer than you think. And especially when you see the final product, you're probably thinking, why would that take so long? Oh, Mocha's here. She's like, wait a minute, you're doing a video without me? Now I can't see my questions. GLM, thank you for that also. Congratulations, thank you, thank you. Another Slipnot question from HellSpartan Z. Who has the best mask in Slipnot and why is it Mick? My favorite mask, it's gotta be Pinhead, right? That's such a cool mask, especially the Grey Chapter one. But I also really like the Phantom's mask. He just looks so cool in that thing. So aside from Pinhead just being just like the most visually unique or just like would catch your eye the most, it has to be Pinhead. But as far as like really get into the design and everything, I have to say the Phantom and probably his current mask. Okay, next question. Linda Coy. You mentioned that you like Key of Jeeves' YouTube channel. Me too. So are there any other channels you have been turned on to since then? Since I started making reaction videos, I don't watch them anymore. Even before I started making them, I didn't watch a whole lot. I liked Lost in Vegas, Two Rockin' Grannies. I watched them. Jamel, aka Jamal, Alex Hefner. I watched some, but of all of those people, and Key of Jeeves, now he wasn't around when I was watching the other ones. He's probably the only one that I currently watch, and I don't watch that many of his videos just because I'm not familiar. I only watch the songs that I know. But yeah, it's just now that I am sort of seeing it from the other side, I sort of view reaction channels so differently. It's rare to find genuine people, and I know there are some, and I'm not saying that the people that I did not name are not genuine people, because even some of the ones I named maybe not so genuine. But channels that I do watch, like if you want some YouTube channel recommendations, I can do that. This is Monsters. If you're into true crime stuff, I recommend that channel. And also Kendall Ray, she does true crime. I think it's JCS Psychology, something like that. He does a lot of the what's the word? Interrogation footage videos. It's like better than stuff you'd see on YouTube or on Netflix, I mean. And hello. Dead Meat does the kill count videos. I like a lot of his stuff. He's just funny. I just love his narration. James A. Janice, like the greatest name ever. Even though I don't really like gory stuff, there's just something about his videos I just really like. Nick Nimmin, like his live streams on Saturdays, just for YouTube stuff. Cinema Sins, like everything wrong with the movie, and they sort of pick apart movies, like Honest Trailers. That guy that does the pitch meetings. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot. If I missed your question, I'm sorry, but I'm thinking I got all of them. Sorry about the tail action. Again, thank you guys so much for being here, for giving me some questions, for watching my videos, for commenting on the videos, participating in the polls, coming to my live streams, just all the stuff. If you have a question that you wanted to ask but didn't know I was doing this, you can ask me in the comments and I'll answer you down there. Thanks, you guys. Love you guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next one. Let me try to get, like, right in the middle. Hang on. There. Is that in the middle? I'm going to try to get right in the middle.